Okay. So nice to see you again, class. So last time we have discussed at least three topics now related to research writing. So we have previously discussed what is the importance of research writing, how to think of feasible rate research titles. We have also discussed about related literature and data gathering or data collection for our references for our research. Now, one of our discussion for today is about scope and limitation. Okay? So now, let me ask someone in class. Is there anyone in class who have any or who has any idea on what is scope and limitation? Oh, I see someone raising their hand. Yes, Atisha. Okay. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Very good. Okay. So Atisha said that scope and limitation means, according to her, based on her opinion and perception, is that scope means the range of your topic. Okay? And then when we say limitation, is the limit or up unto what is included in your research. Okay, very good. That's a good way to describe it, Atisha. How about the others? Okay. Oh, okay. Yes, Carl. What's your answer? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, very good, Carl. So now, class, according to Carl, Carl said that scope and limitation sets the boundaries of your research, right? Okay. Well, both of your answers, Carl and Atisha, is correct. So scope and limitation, just like what Carl said, acts as a boundary to your research. So it defines a clear guidelines to you as a researcher and other researchers as well who might read your research work in the future about up to what extent or what is the boundary up to only what extent your research is all about. Okay? So that's how important scope and limitation is. And also, that's how important and crucial it is to always include a scope and limitation to your research. Okay? Always remember, class, just what I have always previously said before, that research is a work that might be also used by other researchers. Okay? So we must be very meticulous in writing researches. Okay? Because it's very important. That's how impactful your work are. Okay? Okay, so what is scope and limitation? I'm just gonna read this, okay? Okay, scope and limitation. So, according to our lecture slide, I hope that you could see what is on my share screen. The scope and the limitations of a thesis, not just a thesis, could also pertain to dissertation or research paper. It defines the topic and boundaries, just what your other classmates have stated before. It defines the boundaries of the research problem to be investigated. Okay? And then also, it details how in depth your study is to explore the research question and parameters in which it will operate or in relation to the population and time frame. Okay. Okay. So, the limitations of study are factors and variables not to be included in the investigation. In other words, they are boundaries. The researcher sets in terms of study, duration, population size, and type of participants, and etc. Okay, so now that we have discussed scope and limitation, and also you have given me your insights about scope and limitation, before we proceed with the difference between the limitation and limitation, I'm going to give you a activity. Okay, so earlier I have some activity sheets that I asked you in class to get one and pass until everyone gets their own activity sheets. So the activity sheets contains templates and guide questions in which you have to answer it. It will help you determine the scope and limitation of your research title or proposed research title from before. Okay, so if you still, for those who were not present last week or had missed some of my lessons, I have given you class a activity in which you have to propose your own research title. Okay, so in that research title, you have to determine what is a feasible research title, and then from then on we will continue adding like the data gathering part, the introduction, and so on. Now it's time for you to add the scope and limitation. Okay, so I'll be giving you at least 20 minutes to come up with the initial scope and limitation. Don't worry class, that's not the final. You can still edit it. Okay, okay, great.